Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest event in TayNinhTV province. Ladies and gentlemen, voter meeting of Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Secretary of TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of Provincial People's Council, along with delegates of Provincial People's Council, TayNinhTV City People's Council, and voters of Ninh Thuận Ward TayNinhTV City, take place on afternoons of July 23, 2024. Voters expressed their wishes on handling land dispute, preventing local flooding, upgrading road with resettlement policies.
7 opinions with 8 contents were proposed by voters, prominently the effectiveness of the 140 hectares anti-flooding project is not high. There is still local flooding. Voters petitioned the province to reconsider. Regarding the issue of lack of medicine and medical supplies, it not only makes it difficult for patients to have health insurance cards, but also makes it difficult to mobilize people to continue participating in health insurance. Secretary of TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial Council, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, informed voters that the province has radically directed the health sector to overcome difficulties and speed the progress in buying products and medical supplies. Up to now, the health sector has basically completed bidding for bidding packages. According to the current report, common drugs in the list of drugs 1 and 2 are available.
On the afternoons of July 23rd, Mr. Dương Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, chaired the conference of Provincial Budget Revenue Steering Committee to evaluate the implementation of state budget revenue in the province for the second quarter, 7 months of 2024, and suggest solution to implement budget revenue estimate in the remaining months of 2024.
In the first 6 months of the year, the total state budget revenue of the province reached over 6,378 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of more than 15% compared to the same period in 2023, of which 11 out of 15 revenues reached over 50%. However, the management of state budget revenues still has some shortcomings and limitations, including domestic state budget revenues for revenues and taxes have not reached the estimated progress. At the same time, the ratio of collectible tax debt to the total revenue estimates for 2024 is at a high level at more than 7.2%. Speaking to direct the conference, Mr. Dương Văn Thắng suggested that the entire political system focuses on administrative reform, removing difficulties, problems for businesses, focus on disbursement of investment capital for basic construction, contributing to the overall economic growth of the province.
Continue the program with other news. Dear audience, the Ministries of Industry and Trade has just submitted a report to the government on a pilot offshore wind power research project. We propose that the first phase assign state-owned economic groups such as EVN and PVN instead of the private ones.
The Ministry of Industry and Trade believes that some items and works of this type of power source are similar to offshore oil and gas projects. Therefore, PVN has an advantage when using available database and resources of oil and gas industry in implementing pilot projects. With another option, Vietnam Electricity Group (EVN) as a unit assigned to implement the capital has certain advantages when taking advantage of experience and capacity in investment, management, and operation of factories and transmission system. This group also has the advantage of not having to negotiate prices because they are also the unit that buys and sells electricity. The Vietnam Aviation Administration has just decided to apply Level 1 Enhanced Aviation Security Control measures during the funeral of General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng. The application period is from 5 p.m. on July 22nd to the end of 24 on July 26, 2024. During this time, the Vietnam Aviation Administration requested the Northern, Central, and Southern Airport authorities, Vietnam Airports Corporation, Vietnam Flight Management Corporation, Vietnamese Airlines report the status of aviation security assurance via the department's email address at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. every day. As of July 20, 2024, more than 68,600 hectares of short-term crops in the summer-autumn crop of 2024 throughout the province have been sown, reaching 93% of the plan. Among them, rice has the highest area of more than 49,500 hectares, then cassava with 8,700 hectares. The whole province has harvested nearly 9,600 hectares of short-term crops, of which 4,600 hectares of rice are harvested. Vegetables of all kinds are 3,600 hectares. From the beginning of July until now, the area of plants infected with pests has been more than 16,000 hectares, most of which are mildly infected. As for leaf mosaic disease on cassava in July, new damage occurred on 1,600 hectares, an increase of 31% over the previous period. The total area of cassava plants infected with mosaic leaf disease remaining in the field is 29,000 hectares. On the morning of July 23rd, at the Center for Nurturing and Rehabilitation for Victims of Agent Orange Dioxin in the province, IC Group Investment Joint Stock Company, in conjunction with Viethouse Center for Sustainable Development, organized a ceremony to award capital to support victims of Agent Orange Dioxin to improve daily meals for children. IC Group Investment Joint Stock Company and Viethouse Center for Sustainable Development visited and awarded 55 million Vietnam dong to 25 victims in difficult circumstances who were raised at the Center for Nurturing and Rehabilitation for Agent Orange Dioxin victims in the province. Those in difficult circumstances will be supported 10,000 Vietnam dong per day per victim within 10 months from July 2024 to May 2025. This bill supports funding program aims to motivate and help victims of Agent Orange improve their health.
And also on the occasion of the 77th anniversary of Born Values and Mothers Day, the leaders of the province visited and gave gifts to heroic Vietnamese mothers and families with their contributions to the revolution in the province. The delegation led by Mr. Pham Hung Thai, Permanent Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee, head of Provincial National Assembly delegation, and leaders of Trang Bang Town visited and gave gifts to policy families in the town. At this place visited, the Permanent Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and head of Provincial National Assembly delegation of the Ninh Province, Pham Hung Thai, thoroughly visited the health and expressed their gratitude to the families of born values and mothers with their meritorious person. On the morning of July the 22nd, the Management Board of the Ninh Economic Zone held a ceremony to award the investment registration certificate to Jin Alloy Factory project to investor of Anhu Jinhua Jin Society Company Limited. The Jin Alloy Factory project is invested in Phuc Dam Industrial Park of Royal District, mainly serving the tire manufacturing, medical and semiconductor industries. The Management Board of the Ninh Economic Zone issued an investment registration certificate for the project for the first time on April 17 of 2024 with an area of 2.3 hectares, the total investment capital of $22 million and implementation progress of the project within 24 months. And when put into operation, the project will promote industrial production, contributing to the socio-economic development of the Ninh Province and create jobs for 200 workers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the passing of General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng is a real loss for the entire party, people and the army. He is a shining and exemplary example of the revolutionary ethics of communist leader, dedicating his entire life to idol of national independence and socialism, building a clean and strong party for the happiness of the people. This day, the peoples of Tây Ninh and the whole country look to the capital Hanoi, mourning the passing of General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, a revolutionary, a great personality.
I mourn for his death. He dedicates on his life for the party and the state. I think he's very dedicated. Recently, through newspapers and the radio and television station, I saw he used a 1918 car, which was very old. Nowadays, in modern times, many organizations use very expensive cars, but he still uses that car. I feel that I have a lot of respect and pity for him. I personally feel sorry for and respect him. During his era, a series of corruption cases were detected, and with his direction, as the saying, there will be no restricted errors. There are a series of cases worth billions of billions to positions that if there is any wrongdoing must be tried. I'm 80 years old this year, 55 years old in the party. When we heard that he passed away, we were very sad and loved him. He works for the party and the people and cares for his country. On people turn pain into action, trusting the party and state guidelines. We are party members who always study and follow the right uncle's example and always respect him. At 80 years old, nearly 55 years old in the party, 14 years as General Secretary, more than 2 years as President, more than 5 years as Chairman of the National Assembly, General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng is always close, concerned, and dedicated to the revolutionary cause of the party and the nation, together with the party Central Committee and the government, to lead the entire party, the entire people, and the entire army to achieve many great achievements of historical significance. The people often respectfully bow before an exemplary leader, a true, steadfast communist who has dedicated and sacrificed his whole life for the country and the people.
Dear audience, after 10 years of implementing Directive number 40 of the Directorate on strengthening the party leadership over social policy rated, the Bank of Social Policy's TayNinhTV branch has improved credit quality, meets people's aspiration, contributed to achieving the goal of sustainable poverty reduction, building new rural areas, and ensuring social security.
Up to now, the total loan balance in TayNinhTV has reached more than 362 billion Vietnam dong. The outstanding loan balance increased by more than 219 billion Vietnam dong compared to 2014, the time of implementing Directive number 40 of the Secretariat. Credit scale has been expanded and credit quality has been improved. Policy credit capital has supported more than 26,000 poor households and policy beneficiaries with loans, helping nearly 1,000 households escape from poverty sustainably. Supported more than 3,000 pupils and students in difficult circumstances to get loans, creating jobs for 8,200 workers. Among them, there are many people who are from ethnic households, specifically multi-cultural mass households in Q2 War 1 who received referential loans in 3 installments from 20 billion to 30 then 50 billion Vietnam dong to raise costs for reproduction. She always pays interest on time. Her top cost sometimes has up to 4 costs. Thanks to rising costs, she has income to buy a vehicle and rebuild a solid house. I borrowed 20 million Vietnam dong from the Bank for Social Policies, then 30 million Vietnam dong. The third time was 50 million Vietnam dong. When the herd of cows had 4 cows, they gave birth at once and made a lot of profit. To raise children and buy a vehicle for them to work. I built and repaired houses, selling a lot of cows. I also pay a lot of interest each time, 1 million or 500,000 Vietnam dong. There are disabled households like Miss from Thanh Thuy, who lives in Q2 War 1. She has difficulty working and has poor health. Thanks to referential capital, she opened a grocery store, pay interest always on time. The first time she borrowed 30 million Vietnam dong. This time she was considered to borrow an additional 100 million Vietnam dong to increase the amount of goods and expand the sales counter. I suffered polio and had no health. Previously, she worked on processed goods. After the company was dissolved, seeing that I needed a lot of capital, I asked for the loan to add mortgage, renovate and expand the shop. Over the past 10 years, the Bank for Social Policies has also coordinated with party committees, local authorities, and social political organizations to be interested to improve the quality of social policy-related activities. Social political organizations integrate strategic programs with agricultural, fishery, industrial promotion programs, and transfer of science and technology into production, helping borrowers use capital effectively. After 10 years of implementing Directive Number 40, we can confirm that this is the correct directive of the party and state to meet the aspirations of the people. Up to now, the total outstanding debt in World War I has reached more than 40.1 billion Vietnam dong. Credit scale is expanded, credit quality is increasingly improved. There is no overdue debt in the area, down 100% compared to 2014. After 10 years of implementing Directive Number 40 of Secretariat, it has continued to affirm the role and position of the Bank for Social Policies as an important tool in the cause of poverty reduction, ensuring social security, actively contributing to the implementation of national target programs and socio-economic development programs in many localities.
And from the beginning of 2024 until now, the custom clearance activities for import and export of goods through the border gates of Lạng Sơn province have continued to maintain their momentum. At the border gates that are carrying out custom clearance activities in Lạng Sơn, Hữu Nghị International Border Gate is still the most vibrant trade border gate. On the average, each day here, custom clearance is processed for over 800 vehicles, of which about 200 vehicles were exported and about 600 vehicles were imported. The main import and export items are fresh flowers, industrial machinery, consumer appliances, electronic components, etc. To create favorable conditions, the Customs Agency has developed many solutions to support businesses in coordination with the other forces, the functional forces and capacity for joining goods, especially agricultural products. As for the specialized freight route Tân Thanh Bò Chai market area, to promote quick and convenient custom clearance, the authorities have created a green channel to prioritize handling procedures for establishing support teams to closely monitor business activities and thereby providing the most optimal support for custom clearance procedures. Every day we regularly go to locations to strictly check and control, avoiding border gate congestion. For food goods, we create conditions for priority of the flow of the goods. The positive results in import and export activities recently will create momentum for a breakthrough in the turnover of import and export goods through the area.
And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.